Hey everyone, let's dive right into this explainer and transform a pretty simple French vocabulary list into a highly visual seasonal journey. By the end of this, you're going to know exactly what to say and what to wear no matter what the weather throws at you. We all know talking about the weather is the ultimate universal icebreaker, right? But when you're speaking French, it is absolutely essential for navigating daily life, making plans, and just connecting with locals. So today, we're going to use some really simple, sticky visual analogies to lock these terms into your memory for good.
Here's our agenda for today. 1. Starting the French conversation. 2. Everyday weather and seasons. 3. Essential seasonal weather accessories. 4. Talking about the temperature. And finally, 5. Extreme French weather events. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Starting the French conversation. Okay, so picture this. You're getting ready for your day, and you shout to your friend in the other room, "Quel temps fait-il dehors?" Basically, what's it like outside? You'll definitely want to make a mental note of this phrase, "Quel temps fait-il?" It's your conversational hook, the literal key that unlocks the door to everything we're about to learn today. Now, to answer that question, you need your foundational building block, which is il fait. While it literally translates to "it makes," when we talk about the weather, it just means "it is." This simple two-word phrase sets up whatever adjective you need to describe the current weather. You are going to use il fait constantly, so go ahead and lock it in as your starting line for describing the world outside. Moving on to Section 2, Everyday Weather and Seasons. So when the sky is beautifully blue, you can say it's clair, meaning clear. But when the sun is really beating down, we use the word ensoleillé for sunny. A neat little trick here, think of the soul of a warm summer day to remember soleil for sun. It warms your soul, right? It's the soleil. Il fait clair et ensoleillé. But, when winter rolls around, the whole vibe changes. It suddenly becomes froid, which means cold, and neigeux, which means snowy. A really great way to remember this is to associate the freezing cold air with the word froid. Just imagine the frigid, freezing froid, the snow, or neige. Il fait froid et neigeux. Now check out this pattern. It is actually super cool how easily French turns nouns into conditions. You just take the thing itself, like nuage for cloud, pluie for rain, or vent for wind. To turn them into the adjective condition, you just slap an "a" sound onto the end. So a cloud, nuage, becomes cloudy, nuageux. Rain, pluie, becomes rainy, pluvieux. And wind, vent, becomes windy, venteux. It's a fantastic little language cheat code to rapidly expand your vocabulary.
All right, Section 3, Essential Seasonal Weather Accessories.
If it's preview or rainy out, you've got to gear up. You need your bottes de pluie, literally your rain boots. You'll need your imperméable, the raincoat, and crucially, your parapluie, the umbrella. And here's a really simple analogy to remember that one. Just like a parachute protects you from a fall, a parapluie acts like a parachute protecting you from the pluie, the rain. Makes sense, right?
Naturally, the gear changes dramatically with the seasons. For the soleil, you're packing your crème solaire for sunscreen, your lunettes de soleil or sunglasses, and maybe even a parasol. But for the froid, the cold, you absolutely have to bundle up. You'll need gants for your hands and a sharp for your neck, and definitely don't forget your chapeau, your hat. Just remember, you don't want a chapped head in the winter, so wear your chapeau. Section 4. Talking about the temperature. If you need the exact numbers, this is your go-to question. Quelle température fait-il? It's direct, and it gets you the data you need. And remember, depending on where you are or who you're talking to, be ready to hear the answer in Celsius instead of Fahrenheit.
Notice the directional flow on this one. This visual comparison is absolutely key to understanding extreme temperatures. Au-dessus de zero literally lifts you up. It means above zero. On the flip side, en dessous de zero drops you down, below freezing, into the ice and snow. So, au-dessus is up, en dessous is down. Getting these two mixed up could mean the difference between a mild chill and a freezing winter day.
And finally, Section 5. Extreme French weather events. Okay, sometimes the weather goes way beyond just a bit of rain or snow. Here we have the intense weather nouns, the real forces of nature. For a stormy day, the word is orageux, and for the storm itself, tempête. Want a memory trick? Think of the word rage hidden right inside the word orageux. It perfectly describes angry, raging weather. We also see éclair for thunder and foudre for lightning. If things get truly disastrous, you might hear about an ouragan, a hurricane, or a tornade, a tornado. And for severe visibility drops, you've got brouillard for fog, and of course, blizzard, which translates exactly to blizzard.
Let's bring it back to a very practical, everyday observation. You look up, see a dark nuage rolling in, and you feel that drop in temperature. You turn to your friend and say, "Il semble qu'il va pleuvoir." It seems like it's going to rain. It is the universal warning phrase to use before an averse or shower begins and ruins your picnic.
Which brings us to the ultimate question for planning your week. Quelles sont les prévisions météorologiques? What's the weather forecast? So, to wrap up our explainer today, I've got a challenge for you. Look out your own window right now. Can you describe what you see using the French vocabulary we just covered? Next time the sky darkens, are you going to think in English, or will your brain instinctively warn you of an averse? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and hey, stay prepared out there.